right, so welcome back. We are done with the sports segment, and this is our well-being segment. Anytime we zoom into the segment, you know, we have Madame Edna AYENSU, our well-being guide. She's right, our wellness guide. Sorry, she's right here to help us delve deeper into our conversation this morning. And today we're talking about preventing lifestyle diseases, simple habits to live longer. Preventing lifestyle diseases, simple habits to live longer. So please call in your friends and family and loved ones and tell them that it's now time for us, you know, to get healthy and get to know things happening in the world of the space. So she's right here. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, JK.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Great. We're back again. Yeah.
Yes.
A lot's happening. I don't know, how's your week been so far?
So far so good.
We're getting things done.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now let's just dive straight into our
Right.
topic for today. It says preventing lifestyle disease, simple habits to live longer. So generally when we talk about lifestyle disease, what are they and why has it become very common in our day?
So lifestyle diseases are those ones that come as a result of those things we have done in our lives.
Okay.
And then we are some way suffering the consequences of them. For example, diabetes, hypertension, coming in the way of HPV or some cancers whatsoever. Those diseases are those ones that I didn't live my life well, so they are coming as a result.
Yes. Yeah. Interesting.
Interesting. So let's talk about some habits that contribute to this lifestyle. I know smoking is number one. Smoking is definitely number one. And alcohol as well. Let's talk about other lifestyles that contribute to these lifestyle diseases.
Okay, so first of all, I would like us to explain what health is in the first place.
Right.
Then we use that to actually be a stepping stone into the conversation.
Right.
So health is actually the state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not just the absence of any disability.
All right.
So first of all, for you to be healthy, it has to be physical, mental, and social. So there are those lifestyle things that you do that may not affect us physically, but mentally and socially may make us unhealthy, and then thereby bringing some conditions that may add up to the lifestyle diseases. So first of all, I usually add hygiene first, because we can't talk in Africa, we can't talk about health and not talk about hygiene. So hand washing, keeping our space clean. You know, cholera is on the rise as we speak. And it's a hygiene disease and it's a lifestyle thing. So if you're keeping your space clean, you're washing your hands, eating the right food at the right time, drinking the right water, or we even drilling water at the right places, then it means that people are going to get healthy. And then if we are keeping a healthy weight, so in school, we all misbehave with food. We eat everything. And then right after school, we start working. And then as you start working, you're living the life of eating at every point in time. Yes. And then you're going out, you're not resting, all these things. But so your stress level, not eating well, not taking enough rest, and then exercise, and then your healthy diets. And then, like she said, alcohol and then smoking. And the other one is experimenting drugs and then experimenting sex or being adventurous about it. It's also one of those lifestyle things you have to look at.
Interesting.
I know that nutrition plays a very key role in preventing this all. Can we touch on that angle as well?
Yes, so you see a lot of us trying to live like I don't know how to say, like we have the money, but it's not about the money, it's about the fact that you're eating the right thing at the right time. So first things first, we all do that error. We miss breakfast, but it should be the most important diet of the day, and it should be with a lot of vegetables. You should have your fruits there, you should have fluids in there, so that throughout the night you woke up, you peed and other things. So you're replacing the fluids, you're replacing the fiber, you're replacing every other thing that you missed throughout the night. Then during the day, you eat something healthy as well. You need energy. So you eat very balanced energy diets. So some call it the Mediterranean diet.
Okay.
But so they try as much as possible to cut out a lot of the meat. They do fruits and vegetables. And those vegetables should not be those starchy ones. So those diets should more be those ones that we take almost getting close to the evening. So after 8 maximum, you're not supposed to eat actually, because right after eating you're going to bed. Then you're going to put stress on your body. what time is the body going to digest all of these things. Know that I'm sure you woke up say around 4 and then the body's already tired. Then even that you're watching movies, so from the movie you're going straight to bed. You had about 3 hours sleep, then the stress is in there. So your body doesn't have the time to really process everything. Then the next morning comes again. So we are not living healthy at all.
That's strange.
That's interesting.
You know, Cham, before you come in, I want to talk about fruits, right?
Right.
Sometimes I find it very difficult chewing the banana, the pawpaw, and everything. So I asked my mom to literally blend everything together. But I'm very particular about the combination that comes in. Should we take that into consideration? Because I like to blend my watermelon, my pawpaw, my banana, everything together. Am I on the safer side?
Yes. So last Sunday we're talking about mixing fruits and then mixing alcohol. We're comparing the two. So this is it. Some fruits do not work in combination, but we'll have to have a whole study about that. Yes.
Right.
But so far you study yourself. I know that if I combine very ripe pawpaw with banana, it gives me diarrhea, so I don't go there.
Oh, okay.
So you study yourself and you know which ones do not combine for you and do not settle well for you. Some people throw up when they see blended pawpaw. Yes, it looks some way to them. So you have to actually study what's very good for you. And you know that diet is very healthy. So you take it and then it takes quite some time before you feel hungry. Yes. True. And then it gives you that feel, so it stops you from eating a lot of junk during the day, and then it gives you the right nutrients for the day.
Interesting. Mrs. Edna, when you were talking about, or when we were defining health, you touched on various areas and you talked about mental health as well. This morning we are discussing lifestyle diseases, lifestyle related diseases, and the examples you mentioned are things that can be seen physically, like the diabetes. Let's talk about the mental and some of the things that, you know, can be born out of lifestyle, I would say. I know stress is a big factor when it comes. Would you consider some mental issues like personality traits disorders as a lifestyle related disease?
No, so personality traits are actually what we call, the person came with it.
Okay.
It's there's the nature and then the nurture one. So you came with it naturally. Nature brought it with you. And then those ones that you come to learn in the environment are those ones that you pick up. By personality traits, you came with it. So it's something you have to realize for yourself, and then you work at, and then you get a mental health practitioner to actually help you curb or control those disadvantages that may come with your traits. But when it comes to, for example, alcohol, a lot of it tends to take people into depression. Smoking, yes. So as they keep doing it, it has that trait of leading them into depression and some other mental conditions. So you realize that even your colleagues who take in a lot of alcohol, even when they are being serious, you are like, are you sure?
Yes.
You tend to ask those questions. Yes. It leads into depression, and then accompanied with they are not eating well, they are not sleeping well, they are not taking a lot of water and all those things. So it affects their mental health. And then touching on the social part, there are a lot of us who, like talking about personality traits, who are those reserved people. So we don't want to really come out into the open or into the public or into a group of people. So naturally you realize that they don't have a strong social bond. Even that affects their mental health. And funny enough, when your mental health is disorganized, the whole being is completely disorganized. And then there are times that you realize someone saying that, I don't feel well. What is wrong with you? Person doesn't know exactly. So it is just stress or something acting up on the brain. And your brain tells you that you are not well. Sincerely, you are not well. Maybe it's just rest that you need at that point in time.
Interesting.
Okay.
Now, you even spoke about hydration. It's something that we should really touch on. I talk to people naturally, and even right here in the space, we have people who get to sip on is a warm water each and every morning. I don't know how safe that is. I'm told that it helps boost the immune, system and all that. Can we touch on hydration too? And with the warm water that we're supposed to be taking in the morning, is it advisable we do it frequently?
It depends on where you're waking up from. If you don't sleep in an in a very cold or air-conditioned environment when you wake up in the morning, you already wake up a hot person, I should say.
Yeah, okay.
So taking in warm or hot water is some way, because you're already hot, I should say. But if you woke up from an air-conditioned or cold environment, yes, warm water to stabilize the blood temperature in your system is very good. But taking in water is very important, because, for example, this is what I do. For example, if I know I've come into contact with some form of a bacteria, or I talk to you and realize that you have cold, the best thing you're supposed to do is taking a lot of water. So by the time you're taking in water, whatsoever droplets might have fallen through your nose, your eyes, or your mouth, and you've swallowed it down, the water flushes it out for you, accompanied with your fruits, fights, or boosts your immune system, so that you don't come down with the virus that might have. Yes, so you realize that during the COVID period, we're told to drink a lot of water, drink a lot of water. Yes, it's even good for you, because there are times people come to the hospital and they look very dehydrated, yes, and you have to run fluids, because then their kidneys are going to collapse or something. You're putting so much stress on your kidneys. You're like, they are going to pee and it looks so yellowish. It's not because you took in some medication, but it's because there's so much pressure on your kidney. It keeps filtering the old fluid in the system. So taking a lot of water, so that some can pass, it gets fresh water. Yes.
I'm scared.
Oh, that's
because personally, I struggle with drinking water. I don't know if it makes sense for me to put it that way. I think I struggle, you know, pushing water down my throat. And so the moment you only see me taking water is when I'm very thirsty, and then you see me, you see me going and getting closer to a place where I could get water. I don't know why. Is it safe? Because I struggle, especially in the mornings. I was told that when you wake up in the morning, it was very important to, you know, drink water. I do that, and my tummy aches almost all the time.
So it means that you're drinking so much of the water. So there should be the early morning ones. There should be a quantity that you're comfortable with. Just one that can just push down your bowel so that you can ease yourself. But you know, a lot of water gives you very smooth skin. Yes, and then free radicals. So all these pimples and other things that we get, your skin breaking out and other things. Drink a lot of water and it corrects it. Aside your hormones coming into play and other things, if it is just the sun or stress coming in, water can do very good with your skin for you.
Interesting time. But I still want us to stay on the hydration, since water is what we use in cooking, blending and bathing and doing everything. Now we have ways people get to hydrate themselves. You take someone's jar, you get to look in, there's a, let me say, a cut of lime in there. Someone puts in salt. So, okay. Personally, when I'm taking hot water, maybe early in the morning, I just add is it adango, or how do you, I just add a little, because sometimes after taking the hot water, I feel like maybe I'm going to throw up. So that's going to help me. So with people actually putting substance and stuff in there, are we on the safer side?
Oh, it depends. So, with the lemon or lime, whichever one they are putting in there, some school of thoughts are saying that one, the vitamin C component of it, so it's just adding to the water, and then some free radicals. Yes, please. And then with your side, water already has salt in it. It's sodium. Water has salt in it. The very fact that you can't taste it, the concentration, it doesn't mean that there's no salt in it. Like, there's a thin trace of salt in water. And it is good, but so much salt is bad. So if it's just a drop, fine. But you are doing so much that your water tastes salty, then it means that last week we discussed high sodium. So you have to be very careful and mindful of using it.
Let's talk about people with busy schedules and how they can prioritize their health without feeling overwhelmed. You know, people wake up early in the morning, come back very late, and we are told that we need to have enough rest. I'm told it's 7 hours. 7 to 8 hours. Some of us, our sleeps are very short. We wake up in the morning, the first thing that greets us is migraine. And you don't need a doctor to tell you that it's because of the stress, and then it's the sleep that you're not having. That is why it's causing that. So let's talk about people with busy schedules and how they can prioritize their health before getting in contact with this lifestyle disease.
So first of all, such people, I'll start with their pattern of exercise. So you're in a hurry to go to work in the morning, so you're unable to meet the the 150 minutes exercise for the week. So you try as much as possible. So if there's a parking lot right in front of your office, why don't you park down the road and walk to the office? You understand? Or instead of using the elevator, use the staircase. Then during your lunch break hours, you take a walk. There are some people who use their phone calls as a means to walk. So during my lunch break, I call someone, my hot gossip friend, and then we have a lot of things to talk about.
Okay.
So as we talk, and I take a stroll down the road, and then I come back. So it gives me some 5 to 10 minutes period to exercise at least. Then during the weekends, or during your off days, you try to binge the exercise. So it has to be rigorous around that time, or flexible if you can meet the 150 minutes. And then if it is sleep, during the day, just find some 10 to 15 minutes of your break. Just relax, and then just close your eyes. Even if it's not a sleep, I call it I'm kicking up. Trying to kick up. So it's just a power nap, some 5 to 10 minutes. You close your eyes, taking a deep breath in and out, get some water and drink, and then you close your eyes. It gives your brain some time to recover from all the stress that you couldn't get the sleep to recover for. Yes. And then at times too, when you're off duty, please make time to sleep, because it's that time that we want to go to all the party places, meet all the people and all those things, but there should be some me self for yourself.
Still on the exercise thing, let's talk about meditation and mindfulness and how it can help in, reducing the risk of you getting contact with these lifestyle diseases.
So there was something I read that says that most people who do a lot of these meditations are healthier. So it depends on what meditation works for you. So if mine is, like I say, I'm a Pentecost girl, so I'm listening to Elder Miracle and I've closed my eyes and I'm meditating. It gives you some form of hope and then calms your spirit. So anxiety, depression, fear, and all the chaos ongoing calms you down. So whichever form of meditation you want to do. There are some people who can naturally shut their brains. I'm not thinking about anything. Yes, my eyes are closed. I don't care about what is going on around me, and then they are just, it's their way of resting and bringing themselves back. So what meditation works for you is, and then one thing we always forget, anger is also one lifestyle we have to look at.
Oh
yes, anger, our emotions, I should say. So anger and unforgiveness. So even health-wise, the fact that I am angry at you, I'm mad at you, when I see you, the whole thing comes back all over again, and then your heart is pumping so much, your brain is active, so you're putting your body and your mind and everything under so much stress. Imagine forgiving the person for yourself.
It's just hard. I mean, Doc, you try to reflect and you get to know that it's just so hard to let go, It's hard to forgive. Let me put it that forgiveness is not easy.
Not necessarily
let's just be fair here. Forgiveness is not something we do.
Then you are not ready to forgive.
Because
the reason why I'm saying that,
but the thing comes crashing you so hard. It's just hard for you. And then they also add forget.
The forget part is difficult, but the forgive part is I think is easy. Because I feel, it's for my sake. It's me. You decide to hold it.
They tell us to be the bigger person. Sometimes it's hard being the bigger person. Sometimes
I like that statement because I always want to be the bigger person. So you see, you try to. So I apologize. I'm not apologizing because maybe what I did or what was wrong, but I'm trying to bring that barrier. You don't break into my comfortable space. But I'm sorry I said something that hurt you, and you say the same thing. Even if you don't say it, I've said it for you in my mind. We are fine. You understand? It's for your own sake that you forgive someone and heal for yourself. Else, the person is happy, living a happy life, and then you are troubling yourself. The time you're supposed to sleep, the devil has a nice way of bringing the person back to your mind. And then, if I catch it.
What I'll
Worrying
do.
yourself.
Even adding up to what you're saying, let's even move back into our homes. You know, some our grandparents and all that. We have some people who they say that, you know, in their early stages they had anger issues. You know, they'll be shouting at you. So now growing when they are walking, they are shaking their head and everything,
Yeah,
and
yes.
it's something really. It's there.
Yes.
Is that just because of their temperament? Even, sorry to say, may he so rest in perfect peace, a Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rollins. I'm
Right.
told he was very, you know, at a point, you know, when he's talking, is the way like how commanding he was
okay.
and all that. Yeah.
Aggressive?
Very aggressive. It really is a big factor to that. Now let's talk about pregnant women. It's something we can never do away with. I know when you're pregnant, there are a lot of cravings, and which they say is very natural. We get to see the people eating ayilo. Some people even go to the extent of sniffing sand. You know,
That one, I know you're just exaggerating.
no, it happens.
Oh, come
We wanted
on.
to touch on because at the end of the day, when they give birth, it goes a long way to affect
The child.
in there. Let's talk about their lifestyle too.
But even before that, she answered about Jackie. I've been hearing something that when you eat something, that's a chua, it gives a birthmark to the child. Or when you drink like a very hot soup, you know, so it's a myth. It's not true.
It's a myth.
Because I'm told my birthmark is as a result of that. I should ask
Oh my, interesting time.
my
So I've been pregnant 3 times. I'm not seeing any of those
Animal.
ones.
Okay.
Yes. So pregnancy cravings are natural. They come with the hormones and
Okay.
everything. And some people have a nice way of controlling it. Others find it difficult. But science finds a way to explain the what we call the picker, the urge to eat unhealthy foods. It's really not in only pregnant women. There are people, normal people who eat unhealthy foods.
food, yeah.
Some go to the extent of paint, dry,
Yeah.
other things. You get it. So it's a nice way to control it. Because for example, the clay. There are chances that you come into contact with worm infestation in pregnancy that may affect the baby. So it is important that as much as we're walking around, that's another thing exposing us to all the worm infestations. We have to be careful of the things we eat around that time. The baby is the concentration. As much as we want to keep baby and mama alive, it's the strength lies in mama's hands to
Yes.
take good care of herself and the baby. So the very moment mama is doing anything that will affect the baby, then you're doing her so much disservice. My mama was like, I was carrying you when I was very little, and at the time I ensured that I took all my medications. You have to continue the legacy so that you bring forth very healthy children. So all the medications you're giving during pregnancy, it's important. Folic acid is very important in pregnancy. I'm grateful you brought this up. So it is difficult to take the medication throughout the 9 months. It's the truth. It's difficult, but just take it that you're doing the next generation some good.
Some good.
Yes, because it happens that if you don't take the folic acid, the baby is exposed to a lot of congenital diseases like the heart conditions. Yes, and then cleft palate, all these deformities we are seeing. Some are as a result of the fact that the mother didn't take her medications. And I heard someone insult someone that I'm sure your mother didn't take folic acid when she was carrying you. That's how come you are not smart. And
Yeah.
as much as it's mean,
It might be.
it's factual.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So it's important that even if you're not pregnant, any prescribed medications, you take them religiously. Yeah.
Okay, JK, still on the pregnancy
That's
issue.
we are not
I
going
know
anywhere.
that she's the
Yeah.
career of the baby, but I feel like in as much as she's trying to take her drugs and trying to keep the baby healthy, let's talk about third parties, the husband, the family. What are some of the things they need to also do to make the work of the pregnant woman very easy? Some of them are going to farms to weed, they are selling in the streets. There's a whole lot of things. So I'm taking my drugs, but let's talk about external factors. I'm told of pream grash, I don't know what it means, but I'm told that when it comes to pregnancy, when they go through that, it comes a long way of them, losing their baby.
Preeclampsia.
Thank you. So I've done some digging, and I know that of course I'm carrying the baby, but I think sometimes too external factors do come to play.
Of course, when we started talking about health, I told you that the social is very important. Your social environment is very important, and a pregnant woman is battling with a lot of things. physically, emotionally.
and all that.
Yes. So that is the time she needs love most.
Right.
Because you realize that some pregnant women cry at the slightest provocation. Or they are always on the edge. The little thing you do, they'll give it to you. So it is not them. It's just their hormones everywhere, and they are just trying to balance their way. I'm carrying another baby. Today my body feels this way. Tomorrow my body feels this way. Unfortunately, society does not give the men so much role when it comes to pregnancy.
Yes.
But you have no idea the good you do your wife or your sister or any pregnant woman, your co-worker, your colleague around you. Yes. Showing her some care and some love, believe you me, goes a long way. And when she's shown love, the love reflects on the baby naturally. So you see, some babies are smiling babies, but the mother went through so much pain. The baby comes out with a serious face. It goes a long way. We don't really realize it. And talking about preeclampsia, so the mother is stressed. She's going through a lot. You know, it's difficult. Some people are struggling financially, and then pregnancy comes here, and I'm supposed to buy all those things for baby delivery, and believe you me, they're expensive now. So imagine I'm not working and I have to walk on the street to get all those things. It puts the baby and the mother at risk. Then all the societal pressures are coming in. It affects the baby, affects the mother. So it's important that we show them some love. I would wish that our systems will have some form of cushion for pregnant women. Yes, they say free maternal care, but sincerely, I don't see it. No, I don't see it. You definitely have to have some money on you when you go to the government hospital. It's the truth, and let's not lie about it. You definitely have to have some money on you. So imagine those women who are single mothers, or by some way they have to pay some money and they don't have it, but the baby is coming. There are some who even come to the labor ward and do not have the minute things they need to receive the baby. It's sad. If there's going to be a system that these things are provided, that maybe I don't have to come with a cord sheet, baby diaper, Parazone, Dettol, but government or there's a society that can help provide this. I think I'm open for that. It's something I think I'm open for. We support mothers. At least that first 1 week there, they should, it cushions them. And then right after delivery, there's something we call after birth depression. Yeah, a lot of women suffer it, and they end up in the psychiatric homes, leaving the sad baby, the newborn baby with anybody, because you don't know whom you're leaving the baby with. Right after delivery, she's in the mental home, because a lot of things happened that affected her mental health, and then right after delivery she's acting funny. So it's called psychosis, after birth psychosis. Then it's all funny. Then the society is not supporting it. Before now, you get all the girls, your friends coming to fetch water for you, wash for you, cook for you. Now we don't have it. Everybody is busy, especially when you do it when you are in school. Then you are the bad girl amongst them. So nobody comes to support you. Our mothers, don't be friends with this one, that kind of thing. So we shun the person, and then we shut the person out. It affects them mentally.
Wow, interesting. Now, I still want us to touch on that kids-parent relation, right? Now, we move into eateries, we move into, you know, spaces where these things are sold, and you see a parent buying an ice cream, a full bowl of ice cream for their kids, and even it's now a responsibility for the parent. Go to the marketplace, you have to get snacks for your kids. Definitely the calipo, the sweets and all that. So they are so exposed to these things, and now when they come home, I want the calipo, I want this thing. Don't you think it's also a big factor, you know, putting the kids at risk at early age, eating sugar here and there and all that?
It's what's affecting us as a people, as Africans, as Ghanaians. Our market is filled with a lot of this saturated fats and sweets and all that. And then we are forcing it on our kids because we're already stressed with a lot of work, so I don't have time to prepare some juice or something for the child. So we have to go and buy it. And then if it's not so much oil, then it's so much sugar or so much salt, so much, a lot of everything. But as much as possible, if we can do something natural for the kids, yes, they are becoming expensive. It's true. even orange is expensive of
Yeah.
late. Yes, because when we were growing, I grew in a village. We didn't buy oranges
Yes.
when we were growing. We
And
didn't
then
buy
now-
pawpaw and all
Pawpaw and
those
all
things.
these things,
But
yeah.
now you have to buy them. They are hard to come by. But as much as possible, let's do more of those than the sugar. So kids need sugar. It has
Okay.
to be healthy sugar because it keeps them active.
Okay.
It has to be healthy sugar. So you limit it, then you add a lot of fruits because the fruits also have the natural sugar in there.
there,
So
yeah.
you limit it and then give them more better food, natural food than what you do. We want our kids to know all the places, so they are going to the eateries. You're talking to them, and I've been to KFC, I've been here, I've
Yeah,
been
and
here,
all
I've been,
that,
and you, the grown up.
Like, hey.
What is really going
Now
on?
it's a
here?
flex.
It's a flex,
KFC
yes,
is a
so
flex.
you're unable to take the kids there. But if it's a means of, so when you pass your exam, I'll take you to this place.
Okay.
Yes.
If you give me good grades, I'll take it. Then the child is looking forward to doing well. If it becomes an everyday thing, then I'm messing up the child.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see the person as big as this, sitting by a whole box of chicken with a lot of oil and
fries
oil
and all
fries.
that.
Yes, it's sad. And when I'm like, hey, let's get out of here before I say something.
Yeah, true.
All right, prevention is always better than cure. So wrapping up on this segment, what would be your last words, and what would you say that the habits that we should inculcate, habits that we should put up that could, put us on the safer side and not expose ourselves to lifestyle-related diseases?
So, first of all, I would like us to work on our weights. Watch your weight, because your weight gets in the way of a lot of conditions, heart diseases, hypertension, diabetes, a lot of them. They are all lifestyle conditions. So watch your weight while you're growing, and then manage it throughout life, because it's you. And then our dieting, rest, sleep, every other thing that needs to be corrected in you. Smoking, alcohol, and then those pills we take to control birth and all those things. We should be mindful. We should speak with healthcare professionals before we take them. We should be mindful of them. Rest, hydration. And then this month I am promoting what we call the dietary approach to stop hypertension for this month. I'm linking you to the best dietitians in Ghana. So just give me a call. It can be on Zoom, it can be personal, so that you speak with a dietitian, so that we are managing your health. Healthy living is the new vibe. Let's get that into the system. Let's this generation be the generation that is living healthily, so that the next generation will pick up from us. Yes.
Interesting conversation. I like the fact that lately I'm very deliberate about my diet. I can be hungry whatsoever, even if it's late and I'm like, I'm not taking anything. Let's just make it. So I think gradually, when we are very consistent and deliberate about every single thing, we are perfectly going to be fine. But we need your socials if people want to reach out to you for one-on-one things. Yeah.
So it's Health Verve Connect on Facebook,
Okay.
Health Verve Connect on Instagram, and then you call me on 0244 959642. The name is EDINA, AYENSU, your wellness guide.
Thank you so much for having you. I know that we're going to take whatever you've said today into consideration.